Hello everybody, happy Friday, hope you're doing very well, and yes, it's getting cold in here. I'm wearing my new Chelsea Cole Palmer shirt for the second part of my birthday opening. This time it's in a amazing Toy Story wrapping setup there. So this shirt was for my dad and stepmom, and what I do is I send them a bunch of links to classic football shirts, sort of listings, and just say, pick one of these out, please. And that's what they've gone for. Or maybe they haven't, maybe they've gone somewhere else, but they usually stick to the links that I give them because obviously they don't want to ensure that I get something that I've already got or wrong, you know how it is. So technically I should know what this is, but I've already forgotten what links I've sent them. So once I see it, it should hopefully reignite it in my head. So it's kind of a bit of a mystery one here. So let's just get into it and see what it is. Usually I pick shirts that obviously I want. So whatever it is, I'm sure I'll be very happy. Oh, it's now in more wrapping. Okay then. It's in blue for Chelsea. That's always a good start, isn't it? And then we have more blue. Not the blue for Chelsea though. And I think this is a shirt. Aha. Ooh, okay then. So it's a blue still, very blue theme, and I've already seen the club crest, so I knew this one and I recognise it. Does anybody recognise that crest there? They are I'd say a relatively known shirt. Club, sorry. Dun, dun, dun. Okay then, so let's look at the rear of the shirt. So it's a light blue, and we have a sponsor on the back, which I can only imagine says something about the University of O'Higgins. Now, O'Higgins might be something that's going to sort of throw you off track there a little bit if you're not familiar with who this is. And we've also got a little bit of detailing running across the shoulders. And if we bring it around to the front, we have those tags. And there we go. So we have another sponsor there, and then we have the Adidas. It's an Adidas shirt as given by the quite thin three-stripe. They've only got a little bit that runs across the top there. It doesn't run down the sleeves. That's quite fun. And then we have the club crest, which is O'Higgins. Wonder what country they're from. If you're not familiar with it, you maybe might not necessarily guess where it is, though possibly with the sponsors and the language used, you might have an idea. I remember I had an opportunity to grab one of these when I went to the classic football shirt store in Manchester once, but I decided to get another shirt instead. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I have been wanting one of these for quite some time now, and it's only recently that this shirt and this club's kind of been more available to purchase in the UK. So I'm just going to do what I usually do, dress a mannequin, and I'd like to explain to you a little bit more about the club and the shirt. Right here then, there is the shirt. Very cool. We know it's O'Higgins, but what season and what version? It's their home shirt from 2020, so a few seasons old now. As I mentioned, this would have been bought from Classic Football Shirts, and at the time of recording, they still have small, medium and large for sale. And I think they also have a few other seasons and possibly the away shirts. So there's some variety if you're interested in picking up an O'Higgins club shirt. Where are they from? Well, maybe you're not quite familiar with it. It's from Chile. Yes, they're from Chile, and they were founded in 1955, or I say founded this version of the club. I think there were some sort of mergings happening previously before that, and even more mergings there. So it's kind of like, this is my final form. As for the club name, well, if you're familiar with Chilean history, it will make sense because the club is literally named after one of the founding fathers of the country. So it's a tribute to that man there. Pretty cool. I think he had Irish roots. Kind of makes sense. When it comes to the league they play in the top division, like the Premier Division, and that season's only really much just begun. They're about 5 or 6 games into it, and this club sits in 6th place. Pretty decent start there, especially considering last season they finished around about 11th, so I think if they would have finished 6th, I'd say that's some pretty decent progress. When it comes to league titles, the club only has one. It was a 2013 Apertura, so it's like the first half of the season, and then they usually break into the second half. I think, though, this season, and maybe last season, they do a full season like you would expect maybe in England. Maybe I'm misreading that one there. When it comes to the club colours, they wear this light blue, though originally they were apparently wearing red, white, and blue, which, of course, is the colours of, well, the Chilean flag, and also the national team, and they were told, you're not allowed to wear those. So what they decided to do was copy of the colours of the Uruguay national team. I think it was, what, the 1950 World Cup they won? Is that when they won it? They were certainly champions around about that time. And they said, oh, we'll go for that then. I don't know if that's an insult to Chile or if that's just a tribute to the country. Either way, they've just worn those going forwards ever since there. With the rest of the shirt, it's a pretty simple Adidas one, to be honest. You've got sponsors dotted around. We're in South America, of course. And then on the sides, you just got this sort of hexagonal print, which then transitions into almost like a wave print. So it's a simple one, but this is maybe my 6th, 7th Chilean club shirt to my collection. Obviously, I added the Palestino one not too long ago. We don't see too many of them in the UK. We see, Colo Colo and Universidad de Chile. Those are probably the two main ones. We did have an influx of them maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, but I only picked up maybe 1 or 2. They're usually about 40 to 60 pounds, depending on who's selling them and how many they have available, I guess. It's one of those ones where it's usually you need somebody who lives in the country or somebody who's visiting there, or you visit there yourself to pick up them. So I'll always keep my eyes peeled to see for some more, but I think 6 or 7 is a pretty decent foundation to work with. As for next week, I'm looking at my Power shirts above me there, and I still have quite a few from last year, 2023. We're in April. We're not that far away from, well, I suppose we are quite far away from the middle of the year, but you get what I'm trying to say. We're probably close enough there as we were to last year. I'll probably start working through those. I don't have too many of those, and then we'll just see what's going around. I've got some pretty cool stuff to show you. So I hope you have a great weekend ahead. Thank you as always for watching the videos. I'm very, very pleased and happy with the 2 shirts I got for my birthday, and we'll see what comes next. Goodbye.